How much can you make wholesaling real estate in 1 year? This is probably one of the most researched questions for people getting into real estate wholesaling, and people want to know. They see all the Lamborghinis, they see the Rolexes out there, and they think wholesaling, you can get really rich very quick, and that is true, but people want to know straight up, how much money does the average wholesaler make in real estate investing? And how much do the top guys and even the lowest, or maybe not even the most elite wholesalers make? So in this video today, I'm gonna get personal with you and I'm gonna share with you the average amount of money that the average real estate wholesaler makes. So I'm networked with hundreds and hundreds of real estate wholesalers in my local market and throughout the country. And I can really share with you how much they make on average. And I can tell you how much the biggest guys out there in real estate wholesaling make. And really, if you're absolutely suck at real estate wholesaling, but you put in a couple years in the business, I can tell you how much the average guy like that makes. So before we get into it, before I share with you the average salary per se of a real estate wholesaler or someone looking into getting into real estate wholesaling, you know you need to smash that like button and subscribe so we can help this YouTube algorithm, so I can help as many people as possible absolutely for free in real estate wholesaling. So let's get into it. All right, guys, so Zach Ginn here. Flip a Thrick. Let's be honest with you. If you're looking to get into real estate wholesaling and you're looking just to make money, I don't think it's probably the best thing for you. So remember, people love to get into it. I got into real estate wholesaling, not for the money, not because I can make millions of dollars per year, which obviously a lot of people can, and we are making 7 figures a year in wholesaling, but you really get into real estate wholesaling for the time freedom. So before I answer the question of how much a real estate wholesaler makes, you need to understand there's more than just money, because I can be this big C-suite executive at a bank working 90 hours a week, making $500,000 per year. And most people are like, oh my gosh, you're making $500,000 per year. That's literally insane. Oh my goodness gracious. But remember, at 90 hours per week, you can't spend time with your kids. You probably don't even have enough time to really work out or do any hobbies that you truly love. But in real estate wholesaling, to make $500,000, you can easily do that with 30, 40 hours per week. Even if you delegate it, you can even push that down to 10 to 20 hours. So remember, when you're thinking about how much a real estate wholesaler makes, it's more than just money. It's the time freedom. It's the actual freedom that you can work anywhere. Actually, as a virtual wholesaler, you can be in your pajamas and make lots of money wholesaling real estate. So remember, before I get into the actual money part, there's so much more to real estate wholesaling and the actual value you get out of this industry and working in it than the actual money. There's just the freedom that you can't buy at another job or 9-to-5 job. So us real estate wholesalers, we're not 9-to-5 people. So when you're thinking about how much money a real estate wholesaler makes, it's ultimately up to them. It's like a commission. It's like how much a realtor makes. I can tell you there's realtors out there that I know making $1 million per year. There's also realtors out there making $20,000 to $30,000 per year. But strictly for real estate wholesaling, I would say on average, the average deal you can make, I would say, is $10,000 to $15,000. So that begs the question, when you're starting real estate wholesaling, how much money can you make? So let me tell you my personal story with this. So I started out at 17 years old, literally in high school. My senior year of high school, I actually got into real estate wholesaling, and I spent $300 on bandit signs. And by the end of the year, before I graduated high school, I made $100,000 in pure profit. It was roughly like $103,000 I made, but I had like $3,000 of expenses. So I made about $100,000 in 1 year in real estate wholesaling. But again, I'm going to say this again. I am not the average real estate wholesaler starting out. It's like talking about Patrick Mahomes or LeBron James. Their salaries are not the average for the average NBA or NFL player. Some of these people just have the talent, or they just put in the hustle and the grind to become really good at their craft. So my first year of real estate wholesaling, humbly, I'd like to say I dedicated most of my waking hours to becoming as good as possible. I was up 4 a.m. putting bandit signs out. I was calling. I was skipping class just to go talk to sellers and go on appointments. I was doing everything I possibly could every waking hour, especially when I was 17, 18, besides my high school wrestling tournaments or classes. I was spent wholesaling real estate. So there were some sacrifices I did make doing that, but it ultimately changed my life. So yes, your first year, you can easily make $100,000 per year. And ultimately, I believe $100,000 per year is the average goal for most real estate wholesalers. That's not the average salary. If you go to a real estate wholesaler, put them all in the line, The average one's probably slightly lower than 100,000. Tell them how much money they want to make. On average, I would say their goal is around 100K a year. So yes, you can easily make $100,000 per year. You're going to have to put the hustle in it. You're really going to be dedicated to your craft, but once you get the motors running, it's pretty easy. So on average, I would say the average real estate wholesaler, so it's not full-time in the business, so I could get wrong on the numbers here, but from each one I see, they make about $30,000 to $50,000 per year. That's the average one, working, I would say 25 hours a week in this business. And a lot of people treat it like a side business and they're going to get side business money. But if you treat it full-time, I think that number slowly gets into $70,000 to $100,000 per year. But there's a lot more to the story before you just click off this video. So I would say for the average wholesaler though, that put 10,000 hours into wholesaling. So they put 10,000 hours into talking to sellers, polling lists, watching real estate wholesaling education videos like this on YouTube. I'm telling you, those people that put the 10,000 hours into educating themselves, talking to sellers on the phone, going on appointments, the average person who puts their 10,000 hours in this business, literally, that's it. 10,000 hours talking to sellers, learning, and just becoming better and better at the craft, easily make over $100,000 per year. So think about it like that. It's kind of like having a government job. You put enough time into it, your salary keeps going up, even though you're not even better, or you're even better cop or a better teacher. It just goes up because your experience level. So really, you can be really good at real estate wholesaling with no experience, and you can be really bad with some experience. But on average, if you put 10,000 hours into learning this business and actually just, putting your time in the game, you can easily do that. So that is about the average, but let's talk about some of the more elite guys out there. Someone like me, on average, the average person I have on my real estate wholesaling Bags to Riches podcast, those people are all 7-figure plus real estate wholesalers, which means they make $1 million per year in pure profit or $100,000 per month in pure profit in real estate wholesaling. So that is on the top end. And when you're at that, you're more running a business. You're not really having a salary. Now you can pay yourself a salary there, but really at that point, you have VAs pulling the marketing list for you. You have acquisitions managers going out there, going on appointments, virtually doing deals for you. You have dispositions people, and you have COOs, and you got a whole team around you. So if you're really trying to get in that 7-figure range, don't expect to do it with your first year. It's going to take you time. You're going to have to put your 10,000 hours into the actual business there. And once you get things going, you can easily make $1 million per year in this business, but it's going to take time. Think about it like the NBA. Some NBA players are going to make the average, which is $400,000 to $500,000 a year, which is pretty good. But again, they can only work 10, 15 years. And then you got the LeBron James, the James Harden, the Stephen Curry, those guys making tens of $1 million per year. And what's the difference between that? What's the difference between the elite basketball NBA player and the average bench warmer on the NBA team, which definitely is way better than me, don't even get me wrong, and the average low-level wholesaler versus the elite wholesaler out there? So the main difference between these two, just so you guys can note, is one person put in the time, the effort, the hustle, and a tad bit of luck sometimes, and really going out there and truly dedicating every waking moment to becoming the best wholesaler, entrepreneur, real estate investor out there. So think about it when you're thinking about how much should I be making. It's not that question of how much a real estate wholesaler should make. The real question is how much money can I dedicate, how much time and effort can I dedicate to make the amount of money I want. So don't ask yourself how much money a real estate wholesaler can make. Ask yourself how much time and effort do I have to put in to make $1 million per year as a real estate wholesaler. And again, you're trying to get into this, you're wanting to get into it. Don't buy this fancy guru, schmoogu course out there. I mean, at this channel, we teach you how to become a real estate wholesaler absolutely for free. So no fluff, anything. I'll teach you exactly how to make $100,000 per year in profit or $100,000 per month in profit, depending on your effort and how much you're really dedicating this business. So that's it, guys. Remember, if you're really watching this video and you're asking, I want to get in real estate, I want to become a real estate investor, should I do fix and flipping, wholesaling, or becoming a realtor, and you're just trying to see how much money they're all making, remember, it's a tomato. You can become way better. You can make $1 million as a realtor, wholesaler, fix and flipper. But think about, as a fix and flipper, you can't make $1 million per year without raising private capital or putting millions of dollars into actually buying these homes, which I don't think you have that money, and I definitely didn't have that money starting out. So making that money starting out, probably not the best thing. And you got between realtor and here, and I'm telling you right now, for $300 in your bank account, like I started, there is absolutely no real estate investing or business out there which you can turn $300 into millions of dollars per year in profit, like real estate wholesaling. So I really appreciate you guys watching this video, and I'm telling you right now, I started 17 with $300 in my bank account, and I truly think you can hit your goals for real estate wholesaling depending on whatever type of income out there. So I really appreciate it, guys. This is Zach Ginn from Flip with Rick. Hopefully I answered your question, and comment below. How much money do you think the average real estate wholesaler makes, and what is your goal to make this year in 2021 in real estate wholesaling profits? Thank you guys so much, and have a blessed day.